Elmer's Music Club.
Okay, check this out. Now, look at this chart right here. I thought, is this a clickbaity title? It is not, because this is what I truly believe. So if you stick around to the end, this will be quick. Let me know if I delivered. Triads are the single most important thing you can do in music. So see if you follow, hit that like button, hype. If you're new, would love to keep you. Now, I do talk about triads more than anything because they are the blood, lifeblood of music, the bones. They will connect everything for you. Whether you do cage system or you want to dabble in scales, they're all just triads. Now, check this out. On this chart, I went from the open chord, G, C, D, open chords, okay? There's our home. But I went to the triad shape for each chord. I went to this triad, G. Now on the chart, I wrote 1, 3, 5. I'll explain why in just a minute. Then I slid up here, same string set, same shape, 1, 3, 5. That's a C major triad. And then D, F sharp, A. But I still wrote 1, 3, 5 because you can move these to any key if you know where the root is. This is the tip of the iceberg, but watch how we build it out from here moving forward. So every chord equals 3 notes. So yeah, if you're totally like, what's he talking about? Check this out. This G chord has G's, B's, and D's in it. You can figure out how many later. This is a G major triad. It just has 1 G, 1 B, 1 D. This is the spine, the engine that drives what you're doing. Every progression is moving 3-note structures. Every great solo, you're targeting those 3 notes. This is how you start playing solos or leads or little parts over chord progressions. I'll show you that in just a minute. Grab this chart linked below. I will link a playlist to every single major and minor triad shape. You want to make that like your holy grail of music, okay? So scales give you movement, but triads give you meaning. Now a triad, what it actually is it's a 1, 3, 5, okay? There's a couple of them called inversions. That's a story for another day. But in this case, root is home base, G. Third is what gives its major or minor identity, okay? This is a major, right? Because this is the major third from here to here. And then the 5th, this is like stability. So think like a songwriter. We've got our open chords. We all know these, okay? But our triad, arpeggiated G, okay? C, to the D, to the G. Now, you see what we're doing there? We're starting to expand out. We're starting to go deeper below the surface. That is your system. That is your musical pillar, all right? So, the jumps are kind of noticeable. From here to here is a fairly short jump. Now, the reason this helps everything because look what it does for you rhythmically. Then when you go from this C open chord, and I've done this a lot. If you're new here, you know what button to hit. If you've been here a while, you know what button to hit. Love you guys. Then the D chord here, you're moving horizontally on the neck. No trapped in boxes, no noodling. You're building clarity. You're building recognition of the neck. Okay, so watch. G2 triad, C2 triad, D2 triad, back to G. Again, build that internal rhythm, okay? D. Okay, now just that like little lick I did right there. It's all coming from the triad. I'm weaving around the triad. So that's why you want to start building out from here. So this is like your smoothest path to triad inversions, to expanding, to differentiating your playing, to growing quickly, all right? So you go, oh, here's a G triad, 1, 3, 5. Okay, now let me give you an example that's not on this chart, but it's still a 1, 3, 5 triad. I'll keep the chart up, but right here is a G triad, a 1, 3, 5. Now all I did is I moved to a different string set. Now I'm on the G, B, high E string set, but guess what? This is a 1, 3, 5. That's G major triad, G, B, D. If I slide down here, because I know this is the root, this is why I'm trying to show you gotta learn this stuff. This is a C, 1, 3, 5. And then D. Okay, now let's put this into a real world musical example. Now what could we do with that? Well, we could take what we have on this chart on our DGB string set. Okay, we got these. But maybe we can mix in this other string set of a 1-3-5 triad, G, B, G, C, and D, and move it into what we're playing. So for example, let me just see if I can just kind of improvise it. To this triad, to this C, but to this triad, and to this D, to this triad, back to the G. Maybe I arpeggiate on this different triad set. To the C, to the D, to the G. Okay, now here's the thing. When you start adding these variations and you start connecting the dots one at a time, you start to really build out your musical catalog, your musicality. So you might even have the light bulb moment right here. Watch. You know this is a 1-3-5 triad. So you know this is G. So this must be G, B, D. So now you see, this is what a lot of players miss. They play blindly on the neck. They don't anchor down. They keep adding. They keep collecting too much. Roll back, simplify. Stop where you are. What is this? Okay, 1-3-5. Beautiful. I got that. Triad. G, G, B string set, referring to the open strings. So this is G, B, D. So now I just learned G, B, D. 1-3-5. There is my spine of a G major chord for now and forever. Period. Go to the piano. Find a G, B, and D. Guess what? You just taught yourself how to play piano. You can do that using triads. Trust me, I've done it. Okay, so maybe you do G open to triad. Maybe instead of going to C open, you go to the C triad and then this C triad though. Not up here, not the one on the chart, but this. To the open, to the G. So you see what I'm saying here? Then you just start building your own little variations. Always, always think like a songwriter. Are you seeing why these are like guitar life-changing forever? Because if you think about it, when you start learning all the other triad shapes, you can move them to any key. So you can move them to any key you want. And then you'll start doing things like you will do the voice leading, which means targeting notes in the triads to solo over. So maybe you're like, then you'll throw in a little scale fragment, and that has the triad in it. Look, this is 1-3-5. Just to show you, kind of prove my point even deeper. This is a 1-3-5 triad on just the E and A strings, outlining it like a bass player. A lot of times the bass player will be like this. I'll move up the neck like it is on this chart, but okay, so you see, we don't have to make this a very long lesson. My point is this. Grab this one chart linked below. This shows you can move it to any key you want. So first try this G, C, D chord progression. Then I challenge you to go find triad shapes on different string sets. Find the 1-3-5 on the EAD string set. And then there's the inversions, the 351, 3-5-1. 3 is the lowest fundamental note. That means it's a first inversion. Then you have the 5-13, where the 5th is the lowest fundamental note. That is the second inversion. See, this is what will happen for you. You're gonna have little fireworks shooting out of your head. You're gonna be baking up delicious, tasty cupcakes of sound for your tiny ears. All right, I'm going off the rails here quick. Just trust me. And if you're new here, would love to keep it. I'm gonna talk about triads until you're sick of hearing them. But I'm doing this because I see in the comments every day somebody's like, oh, Mr. E, the triads, I can't believe I'm accelerating so fast, faster than I've ever. I said, see, I told you. All right, you guys are amazing. Drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Where are you watching from? What are you struggling with? We have an amazing group of people here. You guys are awesome. See you in the next video. Keep going. Triads, 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 and more triads. Peace.